The story began after what looked like a routine international mission. John Clark soon realized his teammates were being taken out one by one. While every piece of evidence had already been erased, what made it worse was that the real mastermind might have been hiding inside the American government itself. John was taken to a secret facility where several CIA officials were waiting the moment he mentioned the escaped assassin's name. The entire room went silent. According to official records, that man had supposedly been dead for years. Greer explained that the assassin used to be one of Russia's top operatives. He had built an entire sleeper agent network on his own. Because of how dangerous he became, the U.S. eventually targeted him, but now it looked like he had survived. The officials quickly approved a new operation. This time, the mission had only one goal: eliminate him for good. Soon after, John and the team boarded an unregistered aircraft for a secret drop near the Barents Sea. They planned to enter through northern Russia, but the second their plane crossed into the area, Russian fighter jets issued a warning. The pilot tried to talk his way out of it. The Russians did not buy it for a second. A missile was launched immediately. The plane crashed straight into the ocean. Water flooded the cabin within seconds. The team barely escaped with their gear. Afterward, they reached Murmansk by speedboat. Ironically, losing the plane actually helped them. Now both the US and Russia believed the team was dead. That made moving around much easier. Still, John noticed something strange. Greer, who was supposed to travel with them, never showed up. Meanwhile, Greer was sitting safely inside a hideout watching the news. Then John suddenly showed up with the team. Under pressure, Greer finally admitted the truth. They thought the whole squad had been wiped out. Another advance team had already been sent in to finish the mission. John accepted the explanation for the moment. That same night, the team geared up and moved toward the target building. But right before the breach, John locked the steel door behind him. This time, he wanted to face his wife's killer alone. The moment John stepped inside, he realized all the guards were already dead. The assassin was standing in the middle of the room waiting for him. The man told John he had only followed orders. The real people behind the killings were powerful figures inside the United States. For years, he had pretended to work as a Russian operative, but in reality, he had been working for American leadership the entire time. Just as John was about to push for more answers, the assassin triggered an explosive device. The entire room blew apart instantly. Most of the evidence was destroyed on the spot. The team had no choice but to retreat immediately. But the second they ran outside, one of the teammates was hit by sniper fire. Someone was shooting at them from across the street. The problem was, nobody knew exactly where the sniper was hiding. When bullets kept pinning them down, John noticed something unusual. He rushed across the hallway, grabbed a broken mirror, and used the reflection to locate the shooter. But just as they tried to pull their wounded teammate back, a second sniper appeared. John and Karen immediately opened fire to cover the team's escape. Then they realized more enemies were waiting outside. Under heavy cover fire, Karen moved toward the window. The only way out now was to eliminate the sniper across the hallway. The same time, Russian police finally arrived at the scene, but officers had barely stepped out of their vehicles before hidden gunmen opened fire and killed them instantly. That moment, all the blame fell directly onto John and his team. John finally understood the truth. From the very beginning, they had only been pawns in a much larger setup. Someone wanted to use this operation to start a war between the US and Russia. Now the team had only one option: survive and make it home alive. Only then could they expose whoever was behind everything. Karen quickly put together an escape plan. The team started suppressing enemy fire from the front. John blew open a side wall and circled around toward the sniper's position. The gunfire drew the sniper's attention immediately. Karen took the chance to attack from behind, but at the worst possible moment, his weapon jammed. The sniper rushed him instantly, and the fight turned into brutal hand-to-hand combat. John tried to help from a distance, but there was no clear shot. He charged in himself. Karen was slammed onto the floor and nearly choked unconscious. At the last second, he managed to break free and knock the attacker down with one punch. The sniper reached for his gun. Karen reacted first and finished him with a knife. Soon after, the team carried the wounded downstairs, but by then, the entire building was surrounded by Russian police forces. Give everyone else a chance to escape, John decided to stay behind and draw all the attention himself. He threw a grenade toward the police vehicles while firing carefully away from civilians. The police immediately focused all their fire on him. Karen used the distraction to lead the rest of the team out safely. That moment, Russian special forces were already storming the rooftop. John was running low on ammunition. He tried to throw explosives back at them, but the enemy fire was too heavy. He never got the chance. With no other option left, John jumped straight out of the window. His gear bag crashed onto the street below. Just as he went to grab it, Russian soldiers appeared. John fired back immediately and took one soldier down in close combat. After several hard elbow strikes, the man stopped resisting. John knocked him unconscious, grabbed the explosives, and hid behind cover using the body as protection. Daniel tossed the prepared explosives into the street. The blast threw the enemy formation into chaos. John quickly changed into the soldier's uniform and escaped using an enemy vehicle. Right before passing out, he finally reunited with the rest of the team. The next day, Greer helped them escape Russia safely. Continue investigating the conspiracy. Greer told John to fake his own death. That was the only way the people behind everything would lower their guard. Soon after, John confronted Secretary Clay. He revealed the entire truth about the Russia operation, but Clay barely reacted at all. That was when John finally realized the mastermind might have been Clay himself. Without hesitation, John knocked him unconscious and tied him up inside a vehicle. To force the truth out. John even threatened the safety of Clay's family. Eventually, Clay confessed everything. Certain politicians needed a war for their own agenda, and when John's team accidentally killed the son of a Russian officer during a previous mission, it gave them the perfect opportunity. Clay ordered assassins to eliminate everyone involved, then he pinned the entire situation on Russia. After hearing the full truth, John made his decision immediately. He turned the vehicle around and drove straight through the guardrail near the water. The end. Clay drowned inside the vehicle while John survived. The end of the story. John handed the recorded evidence over to Greer. Together, they exposed the entire conspiracy to the world. What made this movie truly intense was not just the action scenes. It was the fact that the real enemy could have been hiding inside the system the whole time. John risked everything carrying out orders, only to discover he had been treated like a disposable pawn. If you found out the people behind everything were actually on your own side, would you still trust the mission? Let me know what you think in the comments.